quantum pause is a primary tool of the sovereign integral process. The wonderful thing about breath is that it is always with you, from the very first to the very last experience of this world. It is portable, everyone has it, and it is what anchors you into the now. This is a step-by-step process that is recommended to use when you practice quantum pause. However, it is also suggested that you remain open to adapting this process to your own style, preference, and capabilities. The first step is called Declarative Purpose. This simply means that before you begin, declare your intent. There are two general states when one performs quantum pause: I am doing this for the whole of humanity, or I am doing this for a specific subset of humanity, such as myself, friends, family. The first state is obvious, but the second varies by a considerable degree. For example, you could apply quantum pause for a situation that requires forgiveness or compassion within your immediate family, or perhaps yourself. Whatever the purpose is, it is recommended to declare it before you take your first breath. This is your inception point for the entire session that follows. The second step is the breath baseline, which consists of 2 to 4 measures. From a breath perspective, there are 4 equal parts to quantum pause. In breath from the nose, pause. Out breath from the mouth, pause. This 4-part process is called a measure. Each measure is divided into 2 segments, first being the in-breath pause segment, which is the I am, followed by the out-breath pause segment, which is the we are. After you have declared your purpose, then perform 2 to 4 measures of breath, without visualizing or thinking or feeling. This step is simply to quiet your internal state, center your awareness, and bring you fully into the now. The third step is conceptual attention, which consists of 3 to 5 measures. After you have your baseline established, imagine that during the in-breath segment, that a vertical line or column extends from the center of Earth, through your pineal gland in your brain, and upwards to infinity. The beginning of the in-breath starts in the core of Earth, and as you inhale, the vertical line extends through you and into infinity above. When you reach the pause after your in-breath, imagine that the field of I am consciousness, during the pause, is coalescing or uniting within the vertical column. During the out-breath segment, visualize a horizontal bar, or line that originates in your heart area, and extends outwards from your arms' deltoid muscles, encircling Earth. When you reach the pause after your out-breath, imagine that the field of we are coalesces within the horizontal bar. The we are visualization connects you to humanity and life on Earth. It is not critical that you visualize in high resolution, that is, color and fine detail. These are conceptual attentions without any judgment as to your performance or how much detail you can imbue to each segment. You are directing your attention on high concepts, and this is enough. These concepts of I am and we are, when compared to your programming on television, internet, and daily life environments, support your service to truth. There is no judgment to how you perform this. It is simply that the conceptual attention, in itself, loosens the bonds from the programming of the hologram of deception. The fourth step is body lens of the heart virtues, which consists of 3 to 5 measures. During the in-breath segment of each measure, you can bring in 1 or more of the heart virtues. For example, as you breathe in, you imagine forgiveness as a lens forming around your entire body. You can look out through this lens that encompasses you through your entire being. You are saturated in forgiveness. In the pause, you simply allow it to intensify and encompass you like a transparent energy field. When you transition to the out-breath segment, you release this forgiveness or whatever heart virtue you are focused on. The release, as it pertains to the declarative purpose, is either to humanity at large, or a subset, which could include just you, your family members, work colleagues, friends, neighbors, pets, animals, plants, etc. It is important to direct the heart virtues upon yourself as you move through this process. You require self-forgiveness, self-compassion, self-understanding, and self-appreciation. Sometimes it is best to do this at the end of the day, and focus on others and humanity during the day, but this is an individual process and you decide what works for you. The final step is completion. When you feel you are done, you can send appreciation to the Creator, in that conceptual framework of infinity that you held earlier. Then, take the entire session and imagine it is compressed into something the size of a pea, or small stone, and it is wisely placed within your pineal gland, to be absorbed and transmitted. Then dissolve the entire session by opening your eyes and declaring, "It is done." You do not hold any bias or outcome favoritism. You are neutral as you step out of the session. Some additional suggestions. Once you have practiced this for a period of 2 or 3 weeks, consider how it can be condensed and applied in real-time circumstances that allow you to transfer the experience of a 5-stage session into a 30-second session, then a 10-second session, and finally into a 3-second session. The idea is to condense the experience, not the breathing aspect of quantum pause, into a smaller time segment that can be used in real-time experiences, so you can be on a phone call, in a meeting, driving your car, talking with your spouse, and call up the experience without the formality and time requirement of the 5-step structure. There is no judgment that the longer your breath parts are performed in each of the segments, the better the result. There is no correlation. However, as you get into the later steps of the quantum pause process, your attention is less centered on your breath. You allow it to become self-directed, so your attention can move to a more imaginative and feeling-oriented state. The purpose of quantum pause is not to leave the body, or have a spiritual experience, or conjure any positive experience upon completion. It is purposely not of that realm. It is not designed to create an experience for your mind or provide visualizations of another world. If you see, sense, or feel anything that is unrelated to your purpose, gently, but firmly, remove it. Unlike meditation, quantum pause is not related to specific postures. You can practice it lying down, when you wake up, or go to bed. You can be standing up or sitting down. There is no posture requirement. Quantum pause is not meditation for the human instrument. It is a behavioral exercise to reveal the sovereign integral state of consciousness. If you practice quantum pause, and you begin your session at the top of the hour, it will synchronize your experience with others and expand the energy. It doesn't matter which of the 24 hours you start with, but if you can, begin at the top of the hour.